So we are starting with question 4. So first let us understand the question. So figure 1 shows a sketch of part of a curve with equation y is equivalent to 4 cos x, where x is measured in degrees. The point P and Q, which will be on the curve, uh, which is shown in the figure. So state the coordinate of P and state the coordinate of Q. So we have to find the coordinates. So generally coordinates will be here x and y. So here the coordinate will be negative x and negative y. So we got to know that these two values will be positive and these two values will be negative, because this will be negative side of the curve and this will be the positive side of the given graph. Alright, so first now we have to find point P. So for the point P, we can see here this is basically the cos curve. So it will start with 0 degree, this will be 90 degree, this will be 180 degree, and this will be 270 degree. So we can say that this coordinate will be 270 and then the y-axis will be 0. So therefore we can write the coordinate of P will be 270 and 0. And now we will have to find the coordinate Q. So to find the coordinate Q, so here we have 0, negative 90, negative 180. So we can find that the x coordinate of Q, which will be negative 180, and then here if you look at it, this will be positive 1 and this will be negative 1. So and then if you look at it, so they have given that y is equivalent to 4 cos x, and then we got for the y coordinate what is cos x. Cos x will be negative 1. Cos x will be negative 1. So therefore we'll plug 4 times negative 1, which will be negative 4. So we can write that the next coordinate will be negative 4. So that will be our answer for part A and part B. So for part C, let us first read the question. State the number of solutions of the equations. To find the number of solutions, first let us clear out what all there in our diagram so that it will be easy for us to analyze. Yes. Yeah. Now we have state the number of solutions. So number of solutions is how many points does it touch for the given interval. So we have given 4 cos x, which is equivalent to 3 in the interval which is 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 18,000. Okay, so let us see what is the given equation. Y is equivalent to, we also know that 4 cos x, which is equivalent to 3. So which means y is equivalent to 3. So here if this will be 4 and this will be negative 4, which already we found it, so the 3 would be somewhere here, right? This would be 2, this would be 1 and 0, right? So 3 would be how many points does it touch when we extend the line only on the positive side, because this would be our 0 to 18,000, which would be for positive x-axis only. So negative values we don't need to look at it because the interval is 0. So 0 to up until 18,000. So we have to look. So for that, so we cannot keep on extending the curve up until 18,000. So just what we have to know, so we have to see for one full cycle. Let's say here 0, this would be 90, this would be 180, this would be 270, and this would be 360. For one cycle it touches 2 points. So how many for one cycle? For one cycle it touches 2 points. It touches 2 points. In that case, let us say for 18,000 divided by 360 is just one cycle. How many point it touches? 2. So therefore 18,000, this would be give you around 50. So 50 times 2, which would be 100 solutions. 100 number of solutions will be the answer for the first part of C. Okay, so now let us find the next part. Just a moment. Yeah, so here we have for first part already we found that it is going to be 100 solutions, 100 number of solutions. And then for the second question it is given that for C part 2, which will be, what is the question? 5 plus 4 cos x is equivalent to 1 in the interval minus 720 less than x less than 720. So here, so what is the given equation? So first we have to compare that with the main equation, which is y is equivalent to 4 cos x. If you separate out 4 cos x, it will be 4 cos x, which will be equivalent to 1 minus 5, which would be negative 4. So therefore we get 4 cos x, which is equivalent to y, which would be negative 4. So we have to find where is negative 4. This would be positive 4, this would be our negative 4. For the negative 4, how many points does it touch? So just we have to extend this line, so you can see it touches point number 1. There will be 1 and 2 point it touches. So therefore we can say it is touching at 2 points for 320, right? So now we will extend this further. So here it will be 0, negative 90, this will be negative 180, this will be 270, negative, this would be 360, and then if you continue again, this would be again negative 720, right? So this would be another point it will be touching. So 1, 2 total, and then here it would be positive 360. Again, if you extend the graph, again it would become 720. So we can see 720, right? And then if you look at it, so between that again this is touching another point, which would be totally it would touch, let's say point number 1. So here it is going to touch over here the first point, second point, and this would be the third point, this would be the fourth point. So the total 4 points will be touching. So therefore our solution will be 4 solutions. So the number of, because we should not include here 720 and plus 720 because they did not mention here equal to, right? So what will be our coordinates in that case? That will be negative 540, 180, and then negative 180, positive 180, and positive 540 will be the 4 number of solutions. Okay, I hope you have understood. That will be 4 solutions. So now for the next question, so let me erase this. You can pause the video and then you can look at further question number C part 2. So now we will explain about third part, which will be given 4 cos x minus 3 equivalent to 1, and the interval is, which will be 1080, negative 1080 to plus 1080, and then you can see here the interval is 1080 equivalent to x equivalent to 1080, right? You can see now we have to include this 1080. In the previous case we are not including 720 because there was no equal to symbol. Here it is mentioned that in the question there is equal to symbol, which means we have to look at that also. So here if it is 0, this would be 360. Another, if you extend it, it would be 720. And then again if you extend it, it would be 1080. Negative 720, negative 360. Again if you extend on the positive side, it would be first plus positive 360, and then it would be positive 720, and then 1080. So, and then finally if you look at, if you extend the curve, we can see it is going to touch how many points. Let us say from here negative side to positive side, 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7 points. So total 7 solutions for this question. So here it includes 0 as well. In the previous question it is not included 0. Okay, so total here for the part C it will be 7 solutions. I hope you have understood this question.